Today on Legendary Trails, we take you to a pretty awesome overlook, Horse Collar Overlook, located in Natural Bridges National Monument. It overlooks a Puebloan ruin. Located about halfway through on the scenic drive is this amazing overlook that shouldn't be missed. The round trip length of this hike is about 0.6 miles and has little elevation gain. However, you will have to do 57 feet there and 57 feet back of elevation gain, so keep that in mind. Horse Collar Ruin is the best preserved ancestral Puebloan sites in the area. The overlook provides excellent views of the structure and the surrounding canyon country. Now let's start hiking. As you leave the parking lot, you will notice that there are a few rocks to navigate right from the beginning. This is kind of typical on this hike, where there'll be some really easy sections like you can see here as Everett's walking over. After we pass those beginning rocks, it kind of just levels out for a little bit and it's pretty easy, nothing too much to walk over, just some loose gravel here and there, a little bit of up and down with some random rocks, but nothing too major. As you continue on this hike, once we get down to this next little section, you will be climbing back up on some slick rock here. So as you can see, here's that slick rock section. It's pretty flat for the most part, but your feet will be a little bit off camber to what you're used to if you're walking on normal asphalt. That section ends pretty quickly and you're back to some of the easier, more transversable terrain. So just keep following the little path of rocks as you can see here on the sides, and it'll lead you to your next section. Now, something of note is take a look at this sign. This is the first time I've ever been in a national monument or a national park that's had to put this sign, but it says to do not stand at viewpoints during electrical storms. And when we were walking, we're like, well, I would imagine that's because maybe you're the highest point out there, with lightning and things like that. But quickly, here in a little bit, we found out why they recommended that you shouldn't be out there in electrical storms. Not that you should be hiking in electrical storms anyway, but here's the reason why. As you can see from this little tiny overlook on your walk, that it's pretty open. And so I was like, oh, okay, well, it's because they don't want you struck by lightning. But, as I said, that's not the reason why. Let's keep going. After walking through some very easy kind of pathway terrain with nothing too difficult for most people to walk on, you will reach the reason why they recommend not coming here during electrical storms. As you can see, the cliff here is starting to narrow, but there is a massive handrail made out of metal over the edge of the canyon. It's there to help you with this hike. However, if you were there during a lightning electrical storm, I would imagine you would probably want to be as far away from this handrail as physically possible. So, I guess it's the more you know situation. Don't come here during electrical storms. You might get electrocuted. Once you reach this section of your hike, you're getting really close to where the Horse Collar Ruin overlook is. As you can see, Everett is using this handrail. If you have small children, we do recommend that they use the handrail to mind their footing. It is there to help you out. Some of the ground is a little bit uneven, just like mostly normal slick rock is, and sometimes you can hit tiny little potholes as you're walking. So just be mindful of your footing as you walk along this edge and try to admire the view as you have a chance. Once you pass from the railing, you will quickly reach another section that looks very similar to the rest of this hike. You will be following the line of stones that they have set out as the trail markers for this specific hike. As you work your way through the trees and onto the dirt, you will reach another area of slick rock right before you get to the overlook. Don't worry, you're not going to miss the overlook. It is quite obvious and it is the actual end of the hike and you can't miss it. The site was named after two structures with doorways that resemble horse collars. We believe that the people in the area left about 700 years ago, and the site's remarkable state of preservation is due to the isolation of the Natural Bridges area. The ruin was originally rediscovered in the late 1880s, and in 1907, an archaeological expedition documented the site and later recommended the establishment of this park. Sometime during that period, the ruin was forgotten. On a cold November day in 1936, it was rediscovered by Zeke Johnson, the park's first custodian, and he wrote, "I am very much thrilled over a discovery I made the other day. I was working about halfway between Sipapu and Kachina bridges, and at lunchtime I was in the narrow canyon where the sun does not shine very much at this time of year, but I could see that about 30 feet above me the sun was shining warm and bright on the cliff. I crawled up a broken ledge thinking it would be nice to eat my lunch there, when to my surprise I saw a ledge full of houses, within 80 yards of the trail over which I had walked for more than 20 years. There is one large kiva with the roof almost complete, and a fine ladder standing in the hatchway with the small windows still holding the rungs into place. I could not tell how many rungs are on the ladder because of the debris which the pack rats have piled up around its base. Only 3.5 feet show between the top of the pile and the hatch. Besides the kiva, there are 2 well-preserved stone and adobe houses with no roofs but walls which are in fine state of preservation. A small barrel-shaped structure abuts against one of the houses. 6 or 8 rooms with walls of fine masonry but partly torn down are also on the ledge. There is a lot of broken pottery and flaked stone lying about. I picked up 6 arrow points and 7 broken ones. You know, I felt like a foolish kid to have passed so near these ruins for so many years and not know of their presence. But someone had found them before I did many years ago. A few pits have been dug in the ruins, but the kivas have not been touched." And thus, with this statement from Zeke Johnson finding it, the Horse Collar Ruin re-entered the world of natural bridges, and it today still stands there in glory as a window looking into the past. Someday, we will make the hike in the bottom of the canyon to see this in person.
So we just finished the ruin overlook, and actually it's not too bad. Coming back out isn't too bad. I would just say if you are not good with getting your feet a little off camber, it's probably, just take your time. It's actually really nice short, and it's worth going down there because those are pretty nice ruins. So definitely go and see them if you come here.
Next time on Legendary Trails, we explore a little bit more into Natural Bridges National Monument and take the hike that's directly in the middle of the loop. We go to Kachina Bridge. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share with your friends. And if you're not caught up on all of our adventures, you should click on the suggested videos. We hope to see you out on the trail soon. Bye for now.